What's good, y'all? It's your girl, Sweet Nina. Now I'm back with another video. Of course, if you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new, welcome, Sweet Nina babes. Welcome to the day in the life of a stay-at-home mom who is fighting depression and anxiety. As y'all see, it's 1:58 p.m. here. Don't ask me how, when, or why. I don't know. I know I fell asleep after my son went to sleep. Woke up delusional. Really delusional. So I was like, I need to make me something to eat. So I had to take my medicine anyway. So I decided to make me 2 steak, egg, and cheese bagels. If you eat McDonald's, then you know how good those are. I personally haven't had McDonald's in a year, especially their breakfast. I ain't had it in almost 2 years. So I normally make my breakfast at home when I'm in the mood for it. Obviously, we know it's not breakfast time anymore, but I still had to eat. So I'm sitting here getting myself prepared. Y'all see them blue crabs. Me and baby boy crushed those later that night on one of my TikTok lives. If you don't know, I do have a TikTok, and it is Reds, REDDZ _UNTARMEIL. I'll also leave that down in the description. But we do my things over there, mainly myself. But if you see here, I was so frustrated, y'all, because I went to go and grab a pan out that I can wash to do my eggs and ended up splashing water on my counter where I had just unloaded the groceries from out the bags. That was a brand new thing of flour and a brand new thing of sugar. Y'all see me wipe my face because when I tell you crashing out was in the thoughts, that's what I thought about doing, was crashing out. So I was so mad at myself, y'all. So I had to hurry up and go get some Ziploc bags and to take these, the flour out of their normal bag and their sugar out. Because I didn't have regular containers, glass or plastic, big enough to put that in there. And if you know anything, and if you don't know, if your bags of flour get wet, it can mold. The mold can form in your flour. So I normally always check my flour anyway. But just know that if you get flour, you still should check it, especially if it looks like it had any type of like wetness to it. Thankfully, these are fine, and flour doesn't really cost that much, but I still check it anyway because you just never know. I seen a video of a lady on TikTok. She had like 10 bags of flour, and every last bag was damaged with mold. She could not use it. She had to throw it straight out. So just be careful with your flour, y'all. Now, sugar, I believe it can be the same. I've never had an issue, though, but I still check. So with my sugar bag, I decided, okay, it's time to take them out these bags. I'm going to go ahead and fill my little canister up that I use when it's right next to me, and then I'll put the rest in a Ziploc bag until I find some containers later on that I can buy. Right now, I couldn't, and I was in the process of getting rid of those black canisters because I've had them for 15 years. To me, they hold bad energy and they got to go. So if you know some good canisters, go ahead and drop them down below. If you want to add them to my wish list for me and my son, that list is in my description box below. You can add stuff that you want to send to me, and then that way you can send it if you choose to. If not, please no, it's okay. No pushing for it. So I was trying to calm down, y'all, because I was hungry. My goal was to go ahead and just make me something to eat, but then I had to wash the dish because I didn't wash it the night before. When I tell y'all again, this is the life of a mom who is fighting depression and anxiety. And now because I'm pushing 40, other things are happening, like insomnia. PCOS have always been a real big factor in my life, even though no doctor will freaking diagnose it. I have all the symptoms of it, unfortunately. However, I'm fighting that, insomnia, and then also perimenopause. Dog, when I tell y'all, I be ready to punch a hole in the wall sometimes just because I'm so frustrated with life. It's just sad, y'all. So if y'all suffer for any of those things, tell me what y'all do below. Like, I'm already taking medicine for certain things, And I'm trying to get myself off of it. But as they said, you're getting older, so your body makes changes. I was looking into HRT, hormone replacement therapy, if y'all know anything about that or have anything that you can, share if you've used it before or thought about, share it down below. Let your girl know. Here I was putting in my sugar in another bag because it was too much. That was a 10-pound bag of sugar because I make tea and then I make Kool-Aid. I don't buy a lot of like juices that are pre-made. I just make them myself so I can add as much sugar or as much or as little sugar as I want. So I just split the sugar into both bags so that I can close the bigger one and then call it a day. So of course here I'm just showing y'all, how much sugar is in there, what it looks like. And these bags, of course, obviously save me a lot of, problems when it comes to the bags and stuff come in. However, you still got to be careful because you can poke holes in the bag, just like you can poke holes in the paper bags. So I just decided I'll just try to find me canisters that I like and that are new and that don't hold any energy that I don't want around me. So let's get on back to this bagel because that's what I was doing all this for, so I can make me a couple bagels so that I can eat. Y'all, when I tell you I was hungry, I was hungry. I see I couldn't figure out what to do. Discombobulated in the brain, like talking to myself. No, I wasn't talking to myself. My son was actually on the other side of that little breakfast bar watching TV. He had already ate. This was the pan that I was trying to clean out that caused me issues. Judge your mama. Because, yes, do I have other pans? Absolutely. Did I want to use them at that moment? Absolutely not. So, it was some afternoon for me. That's all I can say. I needed food in my system. I needed to take my medicine. I needed to get something to drink. All the things above. And then I think that day it was also rainy, so I was just not into it. Plus my cycle. I'm like, yo, I'm so tired. Very, very tired. And then I've also been having a lot of pain in my sciatic nerve. So I had already went to like a little urgent care out here where we are, and they had said, well, take this steroid, see if it helps. That damn steroid just made me want to eat. That's all it wanted to do, and I'm supposed to be losing weight, not gaining it. However, yeah, I have bad sciatic pain. Here, y'all, I was blown. One thing after another. There was no plates in there because they were all in a daggone dishwasher. Well, who forgot to unload the dishwasher? Me. So, when I tell y'all I pissed. So, I unloaded the dishwasher some. Just enough to where it's like, you know what? Okay, you unloaded this some. Get back to that later. Go make your sandwiches so you can eat and function properly. When I tell y'all I could not function, I didn't even have coffee yet. And lately I've been drinking iced coffee versus hot coffee. Why? Because it's hot outside. Even though I'm in the house, I still like cool stuff. Like cool tasting liquids like cold water, cold Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really drink hot stuff unless it's cold outside. So I be seeing people drink hot coffee during the summertime. I'm like, how in the heck are you doing that? Especially outside. But y'all see here, I was fed up. I said, you know what? Screw the rest of those daggone dishes in the dishwasher. I'm about to make my daggone, I was going to say waffles, my bagels. So I had took my bagels out. They were already pre-slit, or pre-sliced, sorry. So I'm not doing this voiceover over, just to let y'all know that. I had already pre-sliced. They were already pre-sliced from the store. Y'all see me just in my brain. I'm just trying to figure it out. Just like I was just trying to figure it out right now. I said, screw it. Put it inside, my toaster. That toaster I had for 15 years. Guess what? I threw that out that day. So I was just in the mood of throwing stuff out. It went out the door that day. Literally. Wasn't nothing wrong with it. It still worked and everything. I just threw out the door. Again, bad vibes. I had that through 2 relationships. And those 2 relationships were the most toxic relationships that I was in. I just, it got to go. It got to go. So I'm just making my fried eggs to go on my steak bagels. I had already made the steaks like the night before. They're little eye of the round steaks. They're like perfect for bagels. I made them the day before, and I just put the rest in the refrigerator. And then I heated them up in a microwave because, again, they were already cooked. I just needed to make my eggs, and I just needed to toast my bagels. And so that's what I did. And here I'm just looking for my seasonings and getting it together so I can eat. So, yeah, let's enjoy the process.
Gotcha.